We are now joined by Martin Truex Jr., driver of the number 78 Furniture Row Visser Precision Chevrolet. Martin, you're heading into Texas with 2 races left before we trim the chase field to the Championship 4 at Homestead. What's your outlook today and this weekend here at Texas?
Outlook's same as it's been. Just do our job and try to focus on getting good results. So I had a good weekend last weekend. Got fortunate with some of the things that happened and had a solid day. So good start to this round for us, and next 2 tracks should be good for us. So looking forward to these, and felt like for this round Martinsville was probably our biggest challenge, and we made it through there pretty good. So looking forward to like I said, Texas has been a really good track for me over the years. We weren't that great in the spring race. We need to get better. So hopefully guys are excited about the car they brought and what they got working on. So looking forward to seeing what we got and go from here.
All right, we'll go ahead and open it up to questions. We'll start with Lee Spencer and then George Diaz.
Lee Spencer, Motorsport.com. You witnessed what went on last weekend at Martinsville, and I'm sure you've seen many replays. Can you ever imagine a point where it would get to you and you would retaliate to the level that Matt Kenseth did on Sunday?
I'm not sure. I haven't been in that position yet, so I guess we all have our breaking point, and obviously he was at his, so no idea, to be honest. I mean, everything's escalating in the chase. It seems like each week, there's more on the line. Every position means more each and every one of these races, and it's just, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I guess.
All right, we'll go to George and then Daniel.
Yeah, Martin over here, George Diaz with the Orlando Sentinel. Along the same lines, as a driver, do you feel you have clarity in what constitutes hard racing and what crosses the line at this point?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm just trying to get a little bit more. Is there?
I don't really have a whole lot about to say about it. I mean, I think I know, but I'm not sure.
All right, we'll go ahead and go to Daniel.
Daniel McFadden in NBC Sports. We have 3 races left with Jeff Gordon in the Sprint Cup Series, and I was wondering, do you remember the first time that you raced against him on the track, and also what's your favorite memory of racing against him?
Oh, it's a good question. I don't remember the first time I actually raced him. I do remember the first time I passed him for position, and that was one of those things where you're like, wow, this is really cool to be racing and to be passing Jeff Gordon, and it's just obviously he's done so much in his career. I was really happy to see him win last week. I thought it was really cool to 3 races to go, and he's back in victory lane. It's to think about the fact that he's retiring still is hard to believe, but such a great competitor. In that first year, I believe it was at Atlanta, my first season where I passed him for the first time. I thought it was pretty awesome.
All right, we'll go to Bob and then Pat.
Bob Cockers, ESPN. As far as we can remember, we've never seen a driver get suspended for something on track for retaliation. Will that make any difference in what drivers do, or if you feel like you've been wronged, you'll still going to try to do something to make up for it?
I don't know, Bob. It's hard to comment. You get kind of caught up in the moment sometimes. I've done things that I regret before on the racetrack, and never got me in a position like what we've seen this week. But I think that I guess the implications aren't really clear on how things work, and what kind of trouble you could get yourself into. And I think that it'll be racing is racing. Guys have wrecked each other since racing started, okay? I mean, that's not going to change. Guys get mad all the time. I think that people will go about it differently now because of what happened this week, for sure. How far that goes, I'm not real sure. We'll have to wait and see.
All right, we'll go to Pat and then Chris.
Pat Ticola, NASCAR.com. To your left, Martin. For whatever reason, maybe kind of because of the craziness we've seen all chase, you're kind of flying under the radar, I guess, but you're in great position. Is that underdog role kind of something you embrace, or do you wish that you got more attention and people were talking about you more as like a title contender, even though you are?
Well, I mean, there's two sides to it. I really enjoy the underdog role. It's really cool, and I think for a lot of reasons, if you look at our race team, we are an underdog. I've never been in a championship battle in this series. I've got a rookie crew chief. We're a single car team in Denver. There's a lot of reasons why we really do fit the mold of an underdog. But at the same time, I get frustrated sometimes because I feel like what we've done this season gets overlooked, and it's I think people have short memories. We were second in points in the summer, and we've had a really good season. So there's a lot of times where I'd like my team to get a lot more credit than they have. Sometimes I'd like to get a little more credit as a driver, but at the end of the day, that's not what really matters. What really matters is us coming out here and doing our jobs, and for us, it's really all about our expectations of ourselves, and we're going to be disappointed if we don't perform at the level we know we're capable of. So, we got 3 to go. We'll just, we'll see what happens. We're having fun with it, and hopefully we can get the job done to the best of our abilities.
All right, we'll go to Chris and then Jay.
Chris Knight, catchfence.com, straight down the middle, Martin. A lot of things going on Furniture Row Racing. Obviously, you guys are in the chase, and then next year the big move to Toyota. How's the team handling all the different projects that's going on with the organization?
Things are going smooth. The guys are excited about what's coming up, but obviously staying focused on what we're doing. I think it's important for us to to finish out these 3 races before we get too far down the line of switching things over and even worrying about what we're doing next year. So I think all the stuff that we have to do in the off season, I think all the changes that they're going to have to make, the wheels are a little bit in motion on that, but it's kind of not really started to progress because of where we're at in this situation. So right now it's all in on this year, focused 100%. We've got a brand new car here that they built, and really just putting every effort they can into getting the best out of these last 3 races, and then we'll go from there.
All right, we'll go to Jay.
Jay Pennell, Fox Sports. You were 9th here earlier this year. I think you have an average finish of like 9 throughout the chase races. Is that good enough to get to Homestead, or do you guys need to improve or score a win to get in that Final Four?
I don't think that's good enough. I think we'll need to improve for sure, unless we have some crazy stuff happen again in the next 2 weeks, which is highly likely. I think for us, it's just I don't think 9 will be good enough. I also think there's, almost every race in the chase besides Martinsville and Talladega, we've run better than we finished. We need to change that. If we can, finish the way we've been running, I think we'll be in good shape. Like I said, Texas and Phoenix, 2 good tracks for us. We tested out in Phoenix a month or so ago, and we were really fast. So looking forward to that one, and we'll definitely have to step it up. And it's just a matter of really not making mistakes and getting everything we can get out of the day.
All right, we'll finish up with Jerry.
Jerry Fraley, Dallas Morning News. Martin, on the subject of Jeff Gordon, he's the sentimental favorite, people in the seats. Drivers such as yourself have expressed admiration for what he's done, but at some point you have to turn the switch off and remember, it's your job to beat him and everybody else, and don't cut him any breaks. Don't, in a sense, pull back just to let him have that kind of finish.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's that comes without saying. I mean, we all want to beat him. It's nice to see him win, but he got his, and now it's time to turn it up and shut him down. So he's had an awesome career, like I said, and it was really neat to see him win last week. But when you're on the racetrack, it doesn't matter who you're racing. If doesn't matter who they are, what they've done, you want to beat them. So it's just second nature on the racetrack.
All right, Martin, thanks for joining us, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Sunday.